know, if you keep bobbing and popping down like that, the fish will have no chance to grab your bait.
Maybe they won't, but maybe they'll fight to see who can catch the dancing worm, and the biggest fish will win.
It's a dancing worm, is it?
Yes, he is.
And how can you tell it's a he?
Because he blew his nose on me when I picked him up. A girl worm wouldn't do that.
I see.
Papa?
Yes, Cinderella?
I like fishing with you.
I like fishing with you too.
Do you ever think that we could catch a fish?
Not if we're lucky.
Papa, you have a bite.
It seems to be a pretty big one too. I caught it, but this fish is just too little. I might as well throw it back in.
No, Papa, no.
So does this mean little fish is ready to go?
Not just yet. We haven't talked yet.
What do you mean, Sari?
When we go fishing, we always talk about the most wonderful things. The adventures you've had out at sea, the jungles you've explored. Sometimes you talk about Mother.
I know, sweetheart. Every little girl needs a mother. It makes me sad too.
When you talk about her, I can almost see her and hear her. I wish I had a memory of my own and I didn't have to borrow yours all the time.
Well, let's see if we can dig up one that maybe you didn't know you had. Close your eyes and let your mind go. Let it run like this brook and find its own course. Take nice big breaths now. Your mother, she always smelled like flowers to me. Not a heavy smell like the flower cart at the market, but like when the wind blows in from the front porch. Can you smell it, Sari?
It smells like jasmine.
That's right. When you were a baby, she carried you everywhere and held you all the time. She was forever looking at you. And she would
sing to me.
Sari, she sang little songs to you all the time. The Dancing Princess, Flying on a Dragon.
And my little peanut. She would bounce me on her lap and touch my nose with her nose. I was her little peanut.
That's right, she called you her little peanut. There you go, Sari. Now you have your own memory.
Yes, I suppose so.
What's wrong, Sari?
I still can't see her.
I'm sorry, honey. She was very beautiful. Come on now, let's go home.
I love you, Papa.
I love you too, Cinderella.
I'm too hot. Let's go down to the brook and cool off.
You're always too hot or too cold. It's a perfect day.
It's not perfect, it's hot.
We could go down to the meadow and weave flower rings. It's cooler in the meadow.
We better not. The groundhog is rather harsh today.
Some stupid cows came along and chopped down my best escape hole. I should be digging all morning.
We could go into the forest and play tree hop with the squirrels.
We better not. Sari would fall. She has no wings, Faye, remember?
I forgot. I'm sorry, Sari. It must be terrible not to be able to fly.
It does look like fun.
Cinderella!
Oh, we'd better go.
Goodbye, Sariella.
Goodbye, Foxglove. Goodbye, Faye.
Oh, Sari, there you are. Who are you talking to?
The fairies.
Sari's on a speaking term with the fairies, aren't you, Cinderella?
Foxglove and Faye are my best friends.
She talks to fairies. What foolishness could spring out of a little girl's imagination?
They're real. They're not made up.
Sari, I'd like you to meet Esmeralda.
Pleased to meet you, Esmeralda.
I'm pleased to meet you too, Cinderella.
Is she the new housekeeper?
I should say not. No, dear, I'm not a housekeeper.
Sari, remember when we talked about that maybe someday you might have a new mother? Well, when I was making arrangements for my ship, during my stay at the seaport, I met Esmeralda. And well, she is your new mother.
My new mother?
Sari, I know how much you missed your real mother, but you're getting so much bigger now. There are things a young lady needs a mother for that a father just doesn't know how to do.
You're my mother now? Can she sing? Do you smell like flowers?
What a sweet child. You have sisters now too, Cinderella.
Sisters?
Esmeralda has two daughters that be coming to stay with us. They're about the same age as you. Want to be nice to have sisters to play with?
That's right, you won't have to make up fairies for company anymore. You'll have 2 sisters, and I know they will have lots to keep you busy.
Fox and Faye are real.
Sari, what do you think? It's a lot to happen all at one time. It may take some time getting used to.
She doesn't smell like flowers, Papa, and her voice doesn't sound at all like it was meant for singing.
Sari.
And she doesn't believe in fairies. You said Mother talked with them all the time.
She told me she did. She would put sweet milk out for them on summer nights. But she's gone now, Sari. Esmeralda is here and she wants to be a good mother to you.
If she's your wife now, does that mean you don't love Mother anymore?
Sari, I will always love your mother. And I will always love you too. Nothing's going to change between us. You'll see. Now there'll be someone to watch over you when I go off of my ship. Sari, can you give her a chance, please?
If you want me to, Papa, I will.
That's my girl. Now let's all go back to the house. I believe Cook has something for us.
Cinderella lost her father a few months later when his spice ship went down in a terrible storm. The poor girl was left alone with her stepmother and stepsisters.
William,
Yes, Foxglove.
who are they?
Why, these lovely people have come to see our story.
They're so quiet.
Yes, they are. Now, why don't you follow their example?
Sorry.
The servants who watched over Sari since she was born were dismissed. To save the money that sank with your father, her stepmother would tell her. Cinderella was made to care for the whole household, all by herself. Her stepmother took away her bedroom that looked over the valley and gave that to her stepsisters. Sari was moved into a small room off of the kitchen, and her soft bed was replaced with straw. Her stepmother took away the pretty dresses that her father had given her.
Cinderella, would you hurry along with that water? Why does it take her so long?
And her precious dollies were given to her stepsisters to teach her a lesson in sharing.
I think it's because she's afraid of water, Mother. That's why she's always so dirty.
Yeah, she looks more like a Cinderella than a Cinderella. Cinderella!
Cinderella, hurry up now.
Time for lunch, Cinderella!
Time to sleep, Cinderella.
Cinderella! Cinderella!
They even took away her name. Well, the years went by, and Sari, now Cinderella, grew up into a beautiful young lady. Oh, girls, come along now.
Goodbye. Bye. See you later. Bye now. Cinderella. Cinderella, there are ants all over our bedroom. Filthy little creatures crawling all over the floor.
They're just hungry and looking for food.
Food that wouldn't have been there if you had cleaned properly.
I just swept your room yesterday.
Well, you must have missed some spots, Cinderella. You must do a better job.
Perhaps I should shake out your dresses before I sleep next time.
Mother! Mother!
Yes, my little pumpkin.
Cinderella's calling me fat again.
She didn't call you fat, Ufa. She said you ate like a pig. You do, you know.
Mother!
Katrina, don't make fun of your sister. Although you could try to get more of what you're eating into your mouth, dear. Cinderella, look what you've done, making my poor babies fight with each other. You should be ashamed of yourself.
All I said was...
I don't want to hear it. If you can't keep yourself out of trouble, I will just have to find some more work to keep you busy.
Yes, stepmother.
You must remember that it is my goodwill that keeps you clothed and fed. Isn't that right, Cinderella?
Yes, stepmother.
And ants crawling all over Oofus in my bedroom is no way to keep a mother's good graces.
Ants in your room?
Yes, Mother, the horrid little things getting into God knows what.
My poor angel. You get up there and clean that room this instant. That room isn't spotless. There will be no supper for you tonight. Go.
But I swept it up spotless yesterday.
Obviously not. Are you going to blame someone else again for your sloppy work? I thought not. Now go.
Yes, stepmother.
I swear I do not know what to do with that girl.
Try beating her.
She's just lazy, Mother. Some people are like that, you know.
Yes, I know. Please, dear, chew your food and then swallow.
Yes, and watch you don't inhale a finger while you're at it.
Remember, you're a lady, Ufa.
I know.
Mother, I'm tired of all my dresses. I want something new that twirls when I dance.
If Mercatrina gets a new dress, I want one too.
Well then, how about a trip to the market?
Oh yes, can we stop at the bakery while we're there?
There's more to life than eating, you great cow. I want to go to the dressmakers and the shoemakers. Could we have someone else besides Cinderella make our dresses this time?
Yeah, the dresses she makes me, they only fit for a few weeks and then they get too small. I think that little ingrate shrinks them on purpose to make me feel ugly.
If you spent less time grazing in that chair, we wouldn't need to use a shoehorn to fit you into your dresses.
Mother!
Now, you are both beautiful young ladies. With the dowry that idiot would have wasted on his daughter, you both will have wonderful, handsome husbands.
Oh yes, I want mine to be tall and handsome, and he'll come calling at my door with a bouquet of flowers in one hand
And a side of beef in the other.
Well, who would want to marry a stick like you, Mercatrina? I'm full-figured. Isn't that right, Mother?
I'm not a stick. I'm like a willow reed that dances in the wind.
Your voice is like a willow reed. Like a broken willow reed on an instrument that keeps squealing.
You're just jealous because I don't look like a tree stump.
Now, girls, it's time to get ready for the market. Cinderella!
I swept the room again. The 2 ants I found, I shushed out your window.
We're going to the market. Help get your sisters ready.
Oh, please, may I come with you this time? I have all my work done. Please, stepmother, I won't ask you for anything.
While your work is done, of course you can come. But I can see that this floor is just a mess.
It was clean before I slipped off Oofa.
I'm sorry. What kind of mother would I be if I let you go off with your work half finished? Come along, girls, let's go.
Goodbye, Cinderella.
Cinderella, you must learn your place. Look at yourself. You would embarrass us.
Yes, stepmother. Whatever you say, Mercatrina. Oh, here, Oofa. Let me sweep off the tablecloth you use as a dress. It's not fair. Oh, but it is a beautiful day outside. If they're at the market, at least I won't have to listen to them screech.
pardon me, milady, but could I trouble you for a small drink of water?
Of course. Here. Take as much as you like. Oh, you're hurt.
Am I? I hadn't noticed. I suppose you're right.
We need to clean this up. How did you get hurt?
It must have happened when I was thrown from my horse. The stag I was chasing down suddenly bolted back towards me, and the horse reared up.
Well, it serves you right. I cleaned it off now. The bleeding has stopped. Chasing some poor deer through the forest.
So then, are you the savior of the deer? The great goddess of the woodlands? Or are you just not partial to venison?
I'm partial to all animals, thank you very much. I take my meals out of the garden or the berry patch.
I see.
And when I fish, I'm careful not to catch anything.
How charming.
Are you making fun of me?
Sire, there you are.
Sire?
Merely a humble knight in the king's service.
You're a humble knight?
Yes, and this is my squire, Philippe.
I'm your squire.
Yes, and if you keep repeating everything that I say, you'll be my ex-squire. How many times have I told you, Philippe? Call me Rupert. He worships me. It's annoying, but what can I do?
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Squire Philippe. And, of course, yours too, Sir Rupert.
I'm sorry, sire. Forgive me, Rupert. But when Daisy went running past me without you, I was afraid something had happened.
Daisy?
His horse.
A knight who rides a horse named Daisy.
He named it when he was a pony. You see, the pony was partial to eating daisies, and Rupert here thought he would like to be called. A noble name, really. A fine name for a stallion. Daisy, well, why don't I just go round him up?
No, Philippe. You've run a long way. Here, have some water.
Thank you, kind lady. Well, Rupert, this is quite a girl we have here. Yes. Well, I'll be off then. A pleasure, milady. I'm on my way. Oh, Daisy! Here, boy!
Your squire seems an interesting sort.
Yes, he's quite the character. But now you have me at a disadvantage. You know my name, but I have no idea who you are.
Oh, forgive me. I am called Cinderella.
You called Cinderella? What do you call yourself?
When I was young, my father called me... No, I'd best leave that in the past.
You look so sad. It's a beautiful day outside, and here I've snatched the sunshine right out of you.
I'm fine, truly. I do appreciate your concern for me. You're a nice man, Rupert.
Believe me, if everything were as easy as being kind to you, I wouldn't have a care in the world.
Well, you've lightened my world today. Much obliged, Sir Rupert.
Ever at your service, milady.
You are a dear, but perhaps you should go now. I think Philippe may need your help in rounding up Daisy.
You're a mystery, milady, and a very pretty one at that. But I suppose you're right. I should go help Philippe. Thank you for the water, Cinderella.
Be kind to my dear now.
Of course, my lady of the wood. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
lavishly good looking, but it's a curse, truly. The cross I must bear.
Are you sure it wasn't you who hit his head?
She was a keeper, that one.
A refreshing change from the self-loving ladies that inhabit the court.
Why pretend to be a knight? Telling her you are Prince Rupert. Now that would have made an impression.
I'd rather enjoy being treated like a real person, instead of everyone falling over themselves trying to please me. Cinderella.
Now don't go all dreamy on me. You know your parents would never let you marry a serving girl.
If and when I choose to marry, it will be my choice.
Of course, sire. It's getting late. We'd best head back to the king and queen.
Right. Come on, Philippe.
There you are, Rupert.
Hello, Mother.
Was your hunt successful?
One arrow found its mark.
No luck today, Father. I came home with nothing more than a bump on my head to show for it.
If you got the bump, why am I getting the headache?
There seems to be something going on here.
I would offer a hint, but my brain pan has collected enough dents today.
Is this about a girl?
Yes, Mother.
Wonderful. We were just speaking of that.
No. I was recalling the time I was cornered by a great black bear out in the wood. He came towards me with his... Ouch!
My mouth makes my head hurt, and yours makes your arm sore. We have a lot in common, Your Highness.
So it appears. A girl, is it?
Oh, I do hope it's Lady Agatha. She's such a sweet girl.
Her handmaiden calls her Lady Nagatha.
Her mother is a shrew, and her daughter will be the same.
See?
Was it Lady Gwendolyn then? Lady Cicely?
How about Lady Roxanne? Now she's a hardy lass. Ouch! Would you stop that?
It was none of those anyways.
Well, who then? Rupert. It is well past the time you were married.
She called herself Cinderella. She was...
Cinderella. I don't think I know this person.
She is funny and beautiful, and she puts me in my place, rather like you do with Father. And she was a serving girl. I think, anyways. Her face is rather smudged, as if from soot. But she carried herself with such...
A serving girl. I don't care how she carried herself, Rupert. She is no match for a prince.
Philippe said you would say that.
Well, he was right. I want you to be happy, darling, but your bride must be suitable for the court. And the station she'll carry as a queen someday. Don't just sit there, tell him.
Your mother is right, son. And I'm not just saying that to avoid both shoulders swelling up. But a serving girl? That's just not acceptable. I'm sorry.
But I cannot make my heart feel something that it doesn't. All the women at the court are so... shallow.
The time has come to put a stop to this once and for all. We shall simply choose for you, and that is it. I think Lady Agatha's a fine...
Mother, you can't.
Well, you need to do something before you drag the cook in here as your bride-to-be.
Oh, she's taken. Sorry, friend.
Or the chamber pot girl. Now, she'd make a fine queen.
She's mine, too. She cleans up rather nicely, actually.
But Mother...
Don't but mother me, Rupert. I will have you matched properly.
Perhaps there's a compromise that we can reach. You know what? I've got it. We shall have a ball. A grand ball. A week from tonight. All the ladies from throughout the kingdom shall be invited, and you shall choose one lady from all those that attend. Well, only if that's okay with you, my dear.
Yes, I suppose so. But we must approve of her. And if you do not choose one of the ladies attending the ball, then we shall. What do you say, Rupert?
What can I say? You leave me no choice. You cannot tell your heart what to do, Mother. It chooses for itself.
Oh, pish posh. I told your father he would love me years ago, and that was the end of it.
A match made in heaven, my dear.
Mercatrina?
Mother says that a wife running a great household, as I'm sure I will be one day, must stay on top of the help, or they will take advantage of her. I'm practicing on you.
And how am I doing so far?
The work is fine, but the pace is a bit slow.
I've been working since well before you dragged yourself out of bed. I'm tired. If you ever did any work, you would realize that.
If I worked, what do we need you for?
Why are they so mean to her? Poor Cinderella.
You are in love for Cinderella. I sit here and watch you all day. I would know. For the past few days, you spent more time mooning out that window than you have been scrubbing the floors.
Mooney, is she?
Yes, for the past few days, every time she walks past that window, she sighs so loudly. Once, she woke me from my nap.
Could it be that our Cinderella is in love?
No, I ain't Cinderella. In love? Who would love her? Her face looks like it's been up in a chimney.
And her hair looks like a bird's nest that's been carried away in the wind.
Who do you think it is, sister? The boy who comes to milk the pigs?
They don't milk pigs, you great nincompoop.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. No, I think it's the man who drives the peddler wagon. The one with very few teeth.
Please stop it.
I think you hit the nail on the head, sister. It's the toothless peddler.
It is not.
Well, who is it then, Cinderella? Certainly no honorable gentleman would give you a second look.
Can I hit her with something?
Me first. If you must know.
Such news, girls, such news.
Oh, what is it, Mother?
We have been invited to a grand ball at the palace. From what I hear, every available young lady in the kingdom, of good parentage, of course, is to be invited. It seems Prince Rupert is to choose his bride from among those attending.
Oh, Mother!
Prince Rupert?
Yes, you ninny. Have you never heard of him? But of course, we wouldn't be discussing such things with you anyway. So how could you know?
Is Prince Rupert's man called Philippe by any chance?
Why, yes, he is. But how do you know that? Well, never mind. I'm glad to see you're setting your sights high, Cinderella. Although Philippe might be a stretch for you. But who's to say, once one of your sisters marries the prince, I will see what I can do on your behalf.
Oh, Mother, what shall I wear? I have nothing fitting for a ball in any of my closets.
Oh, yes, Mother, we must have proper gowns.
I've already thought of that, my dears. Cinderella, go get the material I have on the wagon. You have a lot of sewing to do.
No.
What?
She said no, Mother.
I heard her, Oopa. I'm old, not deaf. What do you mean, no?
I mean no. I will not work my fingers to the bone, sewing day and night to watch you all go riding off to the ball while I sit at home.
You go, girl.
You have gone too far this time, Cinderella. Out! Kick her out on her ungrateful ear, Mother!
That material won't sew itself, you know. And I don't go find a dressmaker who isn't already terribly overworked getting the other ladies dressed for the ball. Perhaps one of you would like to try and sew the dresses?
We'll just see.
She's right. We need her. Now be nice to her and let me work this out. Cinderella, if you wish to come to the ball with us, that's wonderful. Your sisters will look much more regal with a sweet little handmaiden at their side. Mercatrina has some old dresses that would suit you.
She can't have one of my...
You're welcome to have one of my old dresses, dear sister. A few of them are too small for me anyways.
I will make my own dress. And I will go to the ball along with the other ladies of the kingdom. My father was a man of position. I am his daughter, and I will go.
But what about my dress?
I don't like her very much.
Who does?
I will make Mercatrina's and Oopa's dresses first. Then I will make myself a dress with whatever material is left over.
I certainly will not go to the ball in a gown made from the same material as yours is. People think we are associated somehow.
The way that I cut and dye it, the dresses will not look the same.
I don't care. I won't have it.
You're right. You won't.
Well, I must say I don't care much for this new attitude you have adopted. In fact, I will be hard-pressed to forgive this breach of trust between us. I have done all I could in raising you to be a proper and well-spoken young lady. I suppose there's only so much you can do when bad blood is involved. Very well, here's my offer. You will make dresses for Mercatrina, Ufa, and myself. There will be no skimping on the fabric for our gowns to save material for your own. When these are done to my satisfaction, you may make your own dress and go to the ball.
Thank you, stepmother.
In addition, all your other chores must be kept up with, and these must also be done with my contentment. Do you agree to these terms?
No, don't trust her, Sari. She's a cheat. I just know it.
Yes, I agree.
Good. Now bring in that material and get to work.
For 5 days, Cinderella worked day and night, cleaning the house, cooking the meals, and caring for the farm animals during the day, and sewing by firelight deep into the night, until her poor little body would finally give out from exhaustion.
Can't we help her, Gwillian? Oh, please. She looks so tired, and the ball's tonight.
Soon enough, my dears, we will play our part.
I hope my part has to do with kicking the snot out of those stepsisters.
Oh, now Foxglove.
Let's charm the stepmother to sleep and have her wake up in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah, and coat her with bacon grease so the mosquitoes will feast on her.
Oh, girls, please. You must show some restraint.
Oh, it makes me mad.
People get mad, Foxglove. Fairies get even. Come along now.
Cinderella! Where's my breakfast?
What?
Oh, I must have fallen asleep.
Come on, chop chop. Come on. I want 3 slices of ham, 4 eggs, and lots of toasted bread with butter.
All right, I'm going. I'll have it ready in a little while.
Cinderella! Cinderella, where are you?
Yes, Mercatrina?
Off lazing about in the kitchen again?
I was making Ufa's breakfast.
Well, she can wait.
No, I can't.
I want you to help me try on my dress again.
We tried it yesterday and it fits perfectly.
But last night, I had a dream that I was locked in a bakery. And I ate 3 entire chocolate cream pies all by myself. I feel so fat. I'm sure my dress doesn't fit me anymore.
It was only a dream, Mercatrina. You haven't gained an ounce.
That may be, but I feel positively oofa-ish.
Watch it, sister, or you'll feel oofa-ish tearing your hair out by the roots. I have not eaten this morning, and I'm in no mood to put up with insults from this stick woman. Cinderella, back in the kitchen.
You come upstairs with me.
Oh, dear. Let me throw the toast in the wood stove and I'll be up in a moment.
A moment and not a moment longer.
Don't forget my eggs.
I won't, Ufa.
Watch where you're going, Cinderella.
Yes, stepmother.
I want those stalls in the barn cleaned out this morning. They're filthy.
I will.
There's no time like the present.
I was just helping Mercatrina with her dress and Ufa's breakfast is cooking.
Cinderella!
I want those stalls done this morning.
Yes, stepmother.
Don't let my toast burn. So far, so good.
Good. My plan is working just fine. That girl has barely slept in 4 days, and we shall run her ragged for the rest of this one. She'll be in no shape to go to the ball tonight.
I smell something burning, Cinderella.
I got it. I got it.
By the time we leave, she'll be begging for her bed. Come along, let's have our breakfast now.
tied knots.
I still think the ride on the horses would have accomplished the same thing. With a lot less leather lost for it.
No, if I climbed on Daisy and started riding today, I'm afraid I would not have stopped.
I, for one, am glad you did not. We need you, sire. You're a good man. You'll be a good king. I know your parents fill your head with duty enough, but as one of your subjects, I'm glad to know it will be you on the throne.
It isn't easy being the prince sometimes. Oh, it has its perks. But at times like this, I'm to choose a bride tonight, and all I can think of is Cinderella. I will not be happily matched. There is no hope for it.
Choose a girl who believes in long engagements. Maybe something will come up.
No, I'm lost.
Perhaps we could ugly you up a bit, sire.
And how would you do that?
Well, I could knock a few teeth from your head, take a dull knife to your hair, or roll you around the dung heap behind the stables for a while.
I'm afraid even that wouldn't keep the pack of wolves from me tonight.
Sire, if you feel so strongly about it, I would understand. Riding off on Daisy, I mean?
No, you were right the first time, Philippe. I cannot ride away from home with the obligations I've been raised to fulfill. But thank you, Philippe. You've been a good friend.
And we should turn back now, sire, if we are to be on time tonight.
You're right. It'll be dark soon. Come on, Philippe.
Sire,
Yes, Philippe?
when you are choosing tonight, since, as you say, there is no hope for you, there is a handmaiden I've had my eye on. She is employed by Lady Sodbottom. Do you remember her? Ah, I see you do recall her.
Cinderella, this isn't hanging as it should.
It looks fine, Mercatrina.
No, it hangs off this side more than that side. And there's another pleat over here. Come stitch that up.
It hangs off you beautifully, Mercatrina, but if you insist...
Well, I do insist. I'll be the judge of what hangs properly and what doesn't.
Must you put on so much makeup, Mother?
Yes, dear, you tend to perspire a little, and this should make your face look drier.
Now, Billy, and now?
Oh, please. Yes, my little ones. It is time for us to play our part. Let me make you invisible first.
Invisible?
Well, we can't have you getting caught, now can we? So then, first spin once, and then spin twice. Spit on the floor, and stomp it thrice. There. I swear, Foxglove, your wings are growing abnormally large.
So sorry.
Now, my little ones, I would like you to do your worst.
This is going to be fun.
It works!
What works?
I didn't say anything.
Be careful, Faye, they can still hear us.
Are you almost done, Mother? My legs are getting tired.
Very well, Ufa, you may sit and rest your legs for now.
Oh! I must have been bitten by something.
Be more careful where you put your things, Cinderella.
But I set it down right there.
Nice one, Faye.
Be more careful next time.
What did you put in there, Foxglove?
Sneezing powder. Cinderella, this is still too loose. You must take it in some more.
It's as tight as it can be, Mercatrina. I'll tear it if I try to take it in anymore.
It is not time enough. I told you it should have had a real dressmaker sew our dresses, but I suppose it will have to do.
I think you're all ready now, and I have done all my work for the day. I'll be washed and changed in 10 minutes.
What a pretty dress you've made for yourself, Cinderella. Are you quite sure you stitched this all properly?
I think they're fine, stepmother.
Oh my, I guess not.
Stop!
This one looks loose too.
We don't have time to wait while you repair this. One good thing anyway. I suppose you'll be double stitching sleeves from now on. Come along, girls, let's go.
Yes, Mother.
Oh, Ufa, you have chocolate all over your hands. Wipe them clean before we go.
Yes, Mother.
Off we go.
We'll say hello to the prince for you, Cinderella.
Oh, my beautiful dress. All ruined.
I can't believe they wrecked her dress like that.
Why didn't you stop them?
It happened so fast.
Who is that? Who's talking?
Don't worry, girls. I'll take care of this. There. I assure you that everything will be made well. Please don't cry.
Who are you?
Why, my name is Gwillian, and I'm here to help you. And I'm sure you remember these two.
Foxglove! And there's Faye! Where have you two been? I've missed you both so much.
We've been here off and on.
Off more than on. You know, you really should look to improve the company you keep.
Why do you stay in this house with those terrible people?
This is where I was raised. All the memories of my father and mother are here. I always felt safe somehow, like someone was looking after me.
And that's why we're here, Cinderella.
Cinderella. It's been a long time since someone has called me that.
Well, it's your name, isn't it?
Yes, but the stepsisters and stepmother call me.
You have always been Cinderella to me.
Brilliant. Are you a fairy too?
Part fairy, part other things. What is important is that I am your friend, and I'm here to help you. So, let's get you ready for that ball.
I can't go now. My dress is ruined.
Ruined? Nothing is ruined here, Sari. Remember, it's what's on the inside that counts.
Oh, it's beautiful. How did you do that?
A little magic and a little love. Not too different from how you made the first dress.
A little quicker than the first one, I'd say.
And here, my darling, are the lovely shoes that go with it.
These are made of glass.
They are the only pair like them in all of the world.
With this dress and these shoes, I could be so beautiful.
You're already beautiful, Cinderella, and it has nothing to do with what you wear, and very little to do with the way you look. But perhaps we should clean you up a bit. So come along, Lynn. Let's get you ready.
Then I will be going to the ball tonight?
Of course. But before that does happen, I should go over the rules.
What do you mean, go over the rules?
Like most magic, mine will not last forever. On the last stroke of midnight, my magic will be undone, and you, my dear, will be as I found you.
On the last stroke of midnight? It will take me that long to walk to the palace.
Walk? No, my dear. We shall arrange much swifter transportation than that. So stop fretting and let's get you ready. I can handle this, girls. Why don't you two go along to the ball, and Sari will catch up with you.
If we're going to the ball,
Then we must turn invisible again. Do you remember the words?
I think so.
First spin once,
And
and then spin twice. Spit on the floor, and stomp it thrice. it. Come on, let's go.
This is horrible.
I agree. They watered down the wine too much.
All the women here are so lifeless and flat.
Flat?
It's as if some great machine has cranked out copies of the same girl. Oh, some are attractive, but no fire, no mirth.
They are in awe of you, sire. It makes them speechless.
It makes them giggle.
Not all of them have arrived yet. Perhaps the one you are looking for will yet walk through the door. And perhaps not.
And why must I dance with them all?
You must pass your mother's test of grace. She watches everyone.
Well, my feet are paying the price for her little test. I should never have agreed to this, Philippe.
Don't give up hope, sire. However, I have a feeling it may get worse before it gets better. Duty calls.
Now remember, Foxglove, they can still hear us, so stay quiet.
I will.
Look, they're about to meet the prince. Let's get to work.
Prince Rupert, may I introduce you to the Lady Esmeralda.
Wonderful to meet you, my lord. This is my eldest daughter, the Lady Mercatrina.
How nice to meet you, Your Highness. I think I heard something rip.
I did too, but I don't see anything torn.
Oh, this is all her fault. I told her not to make it too tight.
And this is my youngest little flower, the Lady Ufa.
What a great pleasure it is to meet you, my prince.
So sorry. So very sorry, Your Highness. Sometimes she gets excited, rather endearing, don't you think?
To be sure, both of your daughters are quite charming.
I can't believe you passed gas in front of the prince.
Me? I thought it was you.
Me?
Would the Lady Mercatrina care to dance?
To dance? Of course. With you? I mean, of course with you. How silly of me. Now?
As soon as you're ready.
Oh, I'm always ready to dance. I'm a wonderful dancer. Come on.
enthusiastic dancer.
I know. Don't you just love the way my dress twirls when I spin?
It's very nice to watch.
I know. Especially when it's me spinning in the dress. You may tell me how pretty I am. That sort of thing doesn't bother me.
Well, you are very pretty, Mercatrina.
I know. You're very handsome, too, although your dancing is a bit stiff. Some men get shy around strikingly beautiful women. I understand. I can teach you how to dance better if you like.
Perhaps another time.
It would be no trouble, your princess.
No, really, thank you. So, Mercatrina, what do you do when you're not dancing?
Do? Why, nothing. I'm a lady. Ladies don't do anything.
Of course.
Don't you just love the way I look in pretty dresses? When we're married, I shall wear a new dress for you every day. And we can dance every day, too. You ask to dance every day, and I can teach you how to dance just like me.
Oh my.
Aren't you feeling well?
It's just that my stomach is a little queasy. Thank you for the dance, milady.
You're welcome, my darling.
And would the Lady Ufa care to dance?
I don't know.
I promise. I'll be gentle with you.
Well, all right.
You have quite a strong grip, Lady Ufa.
You think? I can hold tighter.
No, really, that's not necessary.
I don't mind.
I suppose I can always breathe later.
You smell good, Your Highness.
Thank you.
I can smell you all day.
Likewise, I'm sure. So, you seem quite different from your sister.
Oh, that mean Paul. One good hug and she'd snap like a twig.
I think I know how she feels. Thank you for the lovely dance, Lady Ufa. As much as I would love to continue, I have other guests that I should attend to.
Well, all right then. Maybe I'll see you at the buffet table later.
I suppose it's possible.
Your Highness!
Yes, Lady Esmeralda?
Just so you know, in case you're wondering, I'm a widow.
How fortunate for the husband.
Yes, well, I'll bear that in mind.
I don't get it. Rupert doesn't seem to be very pleased with any of these ladies.
He has danced with several fine choices already. I don't know what he's looking for.
Be patient with him, my dear. He's looking for what you and I have. With a mother such as yourself, he cannot help but compare. They all fall short of the high mark you have set with them.
Save your butter for your toast, Edward. It will not work with me. The boy chooses tonight.
This is hopeless, Philippe.
It's always darkest just before the dawn, sire.
It cannot get any darker.
Now here is a light that would cut through the darkest hour.
She looks familiar. I wonder who she is.
Your wish is my command.
I'm sure the prince will choose me. He was quite impressed with my dancing.
I wouldn't be too sure, sister. He was quite taken with me.
I think you both have an excellent chance. But who's this new girl? She reminds me of someone.
Come on, Foxglove. We have work to do.
Here you go.
Oh my, I seem to be perspiring. Ufa, give me your powder tin. I need to freshen up. That's it. We must go to the ladies' chamber. Right away!
Prince Rupert, may I introduce you to the Lady Cinderella?
How do you do, Prince Rupert?
All of a sudden, I'm doing quite well, thank you. And how's the Lady Cinderella doing this evening?
Oh, please. Why don't you just call me Cinderella?
Cinderella, have we met before?
I don't know. Perhaps.
I know I've seen you somewhere before.
So, Prince Rupert, have you been enjoying your grand ball?
Actually, up to this point, it's been a rather dismal affair.
When I saw you from across the room, you did look as though you were going to be ill.
I suppose I don't go for all this courtly show, the rich foods and fancy clothes, all things being equal.
You'd rather be sitting around a campfire trading stories of the day?
Yes,
Out under stars, listening to forest creatures rustling through the dark?
it's much more peaceful and real than all this pomp and ceremony. And you, Cinderella, what do you like?
I love walking through forest trails at night, all shadows and mystery. It's beautiful and quiet, with a touch of the unseen to keep you on your toes. Still, I must admit, to one not accustomed to these circumstances, there's a certain allure, a different kind of beauty, with a little bit of fear mixed in as well.
Believe me, a lifetime of this, and you'd be yearning for the ground beneath your feet, and the open air to breathe.
Those things are here too. Come, look at the sky. See? It's a beautiful night. Don't you think so, Your Highness?
So it is. Funny, I hadn't noticed it before.
Oh, you can't let nights like these go unnoticed. Nights like this, there's magic in the air.
Magic.
All around us. Can't you feel it?
Well,
Here. Now close your eyes and listen. Float with the music. Out into the garden and beyond. Can you feel it?
I feel something. My hands are tingling.
I feel it too.
Cinderella, who are you? Where do you come from?
Please, no more questions, Your Highness. For tonight, just let it be Cinderella and Rupert. Just the two of us with no titles or pretense.
No fuss or faltering. Just Rupert and Sarah, enjoying a summer's eve.
Let's dance. Will you dance with me, Rupert?
I feel like I'm dancing already.
Now she's a lovely lady. Do you know her, my dear?
I've never seen her before.
She moves like firelight dancing on the hearth.
Edward.
At any rate, Rupert definitely does seem to be warming up to her.
Indeed, he does.
I feel so light as if I'm floating.
Maybe we are. Don't look down, you may break the spell.
A moment ago, I thought my feet would drop off. They were so heavy.
And now?
And now they feel like two feathers sliding on a breeze.
You're a wonderful dancer.
Now there's something I've never been accused of before.
Come now. You're very graceful, Rupert.
If I am, it's only because I'm dancing with you.
I'm rather relieved to hear you say that. I never danced before, and I was afraid I'd be tripping all over myself.
You've never danced before.
No one has ever asked me before.
I'm sure it won't be the last time.
Even if it is, I won't care. I'll always have this dance to remember.
Cinderella, I'd like you to meet my parents.
What? The king and queen? I don't think I should.
Nonsense. Come with me. I won't let them bite you. Mother, father, may I present to you the Lady Cinderella. Isn't she wonderful?
I'm very pleased to meet you, Your Majesties.
As are we you. You know, you dance like a dream, my sweet.
I feel as if I may be in a dream tonight, sire.
Well, Cinderella, you've certainly made an impression on the men of my family. Myself, I have a few questions I'd like to ask.
Mother!
Now, Rupert, you're your mother's greatest treasure. Would you entrust a perfect stranger with the holding of your fortune?
Very aptly put, my dear. I must admit, Rupert, she is lovely.
Indeed she is. Tell me, Cinderella, would you ever hit your husband like he's a sack of flour?
Maybe. If he had it coming to him.
You would?
Everyone needs a good hit once in a while. Sometimes to make them think about what they're saying, and other times to wake them up to what they're not saying.
I like her.
That's better. No girls.
Look! That girl's talking with the king and queen.
I didn't get to talk with the king and queen.
That's probably because he was too afraid that you'd break wind as you were speaking with them.
I told you that wasn't me.
I know I've seen that girl somewhere before.
Now, Cinderella, who are your parents? Where do you live?
Well, my father... Oh, dear, what time is it?
It's just striking midnight.
You were saying.
I must go. Please, Rupert, you must let me go.
But why? It isn't that late.
Thank you for tonight, Rupert. I shall always remember it.
Wait!
Goodbye, Rupert.
Wait! Where did she go? Why did she leave?
Come on, Foxglove, Sarah may need our help. Right behind you.
Shall I follow her?
Yes, Philippe. Please, try and bring her back.
No mere girl can outrun Philippe.
Well, she certainly makes a colorful exit.
I choose her, Mother. You said you liked her, and Father likes her. And by heavens, I know I like her.
But we don't know who she is or where she's from.
She's the girl I'm going to marry. That's who she is. If only I could remember where I've seen her before.
Come along, girls. I think I know what's going on here.
But what about the prince?
We have other things to attend to first. Come along.
Philippe, where is she?
Gone. I was right behind her. And she turned the corner by the stables, and she was just gone.
So then, evidently a mere girl can outrun Philippe. Rather handily, I might add.
What shall I do? All I have left is her slipper.
Well, you can't very well marry a shoe. You'll have to
You
do
shall
something.
have to find her. Your mother and I did approve of her, and you are in keeping with your word to pursue the one you've chosen.
Edward.
You know what? I've got a hand too, my darling, and I'm not afraid to use it. Go on, son. Find your lady love.
Yes, Father. Come on, Philippe.
Yes, sire. I'm right behind you.
There you are, Brilliant.
Oh, you should have seen. Sari looks so
The
beautiful.
prince was so dashing.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
And we gave those horrible stepsisters a time, I'll tell you.
That step monster got what was coming to her, too.
Did she now?
Only, why did Sari run out so quickly?
Yes, the prince seemed very upset.
1 minute she was talking with the king and queen.
And the next she was tossing footwear as she ran.
Where is Sari? Is she all right?
She is fine, my little ones. I saw her safely home and into bed.
But what about the prince? How'll he find her?
Sari can't stay with those horrible people anymore. She just can't.
All right, girls. I assure you that everything will work out in the end. You both worry far too much. What is meant to be will be.
Still no sign of her, Philippe.
Oh dear, someone is coming. Hurry now, run.
What shall we do?
As long as you ask, sire. I've always found that a good night's sleep helps to clear one's head.
Sleep? Who could sleep?
Who could sleep? Nobody I know. How silly of me. Wandering aimlessly. Now there's a plan.
Perhaps tour the kingdom, and I will try this shoe on every maiden that we find. And I will marry the girl that fits the shoe.
But sire,
Yes, Philippe?
nothing. A fine plan. Can we at least take the horses this time?
Of course. Come on, Philippe.
I will try this shoe on every maiden in the kingdom. Now, I'm sure it will be Philippe who plays shoemaker here. It will be Philippe who gets a nice whiff of all those dainty, damp, mildew-ridden feet. Coming, sire.
You see, just as I told you, things are going to be just fine.
But what about Cinderella?
Yes, is she all right?
I suppose you two won't be satisfied until you see for yourselves. Very well then. Come along.
Mother, where's Cinderella? I don't smell any breakfast.
She's still sleeping, I imagine. She had a big night, I think.
Well, wake her up. I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
Cinderella! Cinderella, come in here.
Yes, stepmother?
Have a good night's sleep?
I'm sorry I overslept. I was so tired.
I'm sure you were.
You should have seen the ball last night, Cinderella. It was wonderful. The prince could hardly take his eyes off me.
I wouldn't get your hopes up, sister. Did you see how closely he held me when we danced?
He looked like someone who had been trapped by a bear.
He did not. I'm sure he was going to come over and ask me to dance again if it hadn't been for that other girl.
Yes, I'd like to get my hands on that one.
Did the prince seem to fancy this other girl?
Well, they talked, and they danced, and he brought her to meet the king and queen.
Was she pretty?
I suppose some may call her that. I found her all too natural to be appealing to any real sort of gentleman.
How did you spend your evening, Cinderella?
My evening was fine.
And you spent it here, alone in the cottage?
Well,
You were at the ball. You cannot fool me, Cinderella. Where did you get that dress and those shoes?
That girl was her?
What girl?
Why wasn't I put in that dress?
Where did they come from? Have you stolen our hard-earned money so that you could selfishly make yourself a gown like that?
I didn't steal anything.
Wait. What girl and what dress?
Cinderella was the girl talking with the king and the queen and the prince last night, you big ox.
Oh.
Where did you get them then? How did you get to the ball so quickly? And how did you get back here before we did last night?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Of course I would, my dear. Just tell me the truth.
Gwillian gave me the dress. She's one of those fairies, and Foxglove and Faye came back, and...
Enough! I asked for the truth, and you talk of fairies.
That is the truth.
I have never been anything but kind to you, Cinderella, and this is how you repay me. Bring me that dress.
It's gone now. It disappeared at midnight when the spell wore off.
If this is the way you want to be, then fine. You stay in your room until I decide what to do with you.
I'm telling you the truth, stepmother.
How are you going to punish her, mother? I think a whipping is in order. That should make her tell the truth.
No, don't punish her yet. We haven't had breakfast.
You look tired, Philippe. We haven't even covered 1/4 of the kingdom yet.
So many feet, so little time, Your Highness. What brought us out this far so early in our search? There were many closer places we could have tried.
I'm not sure. This place looks familiar, does it not, Philippe?
Indeed, sire. I think I do recall it.
Come, try the door.
magically disappeared.
How convenient.
That should have been my dress.
What about me?
It wouldn't have fit you.
Well, it would have followed right up.
Who is that now?
Open the door. Or we'll walk right in.
Oh, please come in, Your Highness.
'Tis the prince, after all. Prince Rupert here now decrees that whosoever shall fit this glass slipper that was dropped last night during the grand ball, this lady shall become his queen and wife. So it is signed here, this day, Prince Rupert.
Milady Esmeralda, if I do recall.
Your Majesty has an amazing memory, and I'm sure you'll recall my daughter, Mercatrina.
Of course.
I'm sure this is the shoe that she dropped last night, isn't it, daughter?
Yes, indeed. How I limped on the way home. You should have seen me.
We shall see. Philippe?
My foot seems to have swollen from walking barefoot. But I assure you, it is mine. My darling.
I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I must have been mistaken. That is the shoe of my other daughter. Ufa!
What?
Get in here, you great goose. That's what. Yes, what? Give me that. The prince has returned your shoe that you dropped last night.
My shoe?
Yes, show him how it fits, my dear.
Look at her trying on Cinderella's shoe on her foot.
It's a bit tight, but it fits.
You still have a toe sticking out.
That's just the way I like to wear them.
Enough, Philippe. Madam, bring forth any other girls that may reside in your household. Do you have any other daughters? Any serving girls? I have vowed to marry whoever fits the shoe, be it maid or maiden.
And none other, sire. These two daughters and myself are the only women that live here.
What about Sari?
We can't let them get away with this.
And we won't. Go into the kitchen, Faye, and let Cinderella out of her room. Oh, go quickly now.
Are you sure there are no other girls?
Quite sure.
Sire, I'm sure that this was...
I am too, Philippe. I will ask one more time, milady. Are there no other girls living under this roof?
No others but myself.
Cinderella?
Sir Rupert.
This is Prince Rupert, you idiot!
Yes, I know, stepmother.
I thought you said that there were no other ladies of the house.
I forgot about Cinderella. She's just our serving girl.
A serving girl that addresses you as stepmother. Give me the shoe, Philippe. Please sit down, Cinderella.
That proves nothing. 100 other girls could fit that shoe.
Cinderella, look in the water bucket.
Thank you for returning it, Rupert. Now I have a matched pair again.
And would 100 other girls have the matching shoe with her?
Cinderella?
Yes, my prince. Cinderella and Cinderella both. To my real mother and father who loves me, I was Cinderella. And now for you, I am Cinderella again.
Cinderella, how wonderful for us. I shall come to the palace and counsel my dearest daughter in her new duties.
But what about me?
Oh, quiet, you wretched creature, or I'll take the belt to you.
There is already a place of honor for the loving mother of the future queen at court. There is no place for you. I should have you all thrown in the dungeon for how you've treated Cinderella.
No! Rupert, please.
Very well. As Sari has petitioned on your behalf, I will show leniency. You shall spend the rest of your days in this cottage, all three of you together. I suppose that's punishment enough.
little peanut. Farewell, Cinderella.
Little peanut. Wait! William!
Mother?
Are you all right, Cinderella?
What? Oh, yes, I'm fine, Rupert. I'm more than fine.
So then, are you ready to go to the palace? Do you have anything you want to take with you?
No, I have my memories now, and I have you.
That you do, my love. Come on, Philippe.
Does this mean I get to meet the famous Daisy at last?
Indeed it does.
This is all your fault.
My fault? You ungrateful, wretched girl!
Who's gonna cook for us? And who's gonna clean?
Well, I am certainly not going to cook or clean.
I'm not doing it either. I know that much.
Well, neither am I.
Oh, yes, you will. You both will.
Mother!
Last play. Some of them had for the last 4 performances. It's going to be horribly hard to say goodbye to them. But I'd like to introduce each of them individually because they deserve that. So, first one, and this is in no particular order. T.
T.
Daniel. I'm a little nervous. Nathan, this one I could not do without. He's my stage manager. Who's Jerry? Maria. This really is a girl. Mark Prince. Carson, also referred to. Oh my God. I can't believe it. My little Amber right there. Our very own Cinderella. And although they all helped me tremendously, this one has helped me above and beyond and has been there quite a bit for me, and I'll miss her terribly. Karen.